Hello YouTube, welcome to the Italian Extreme YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my pot. Rather specifically about my pot is about the lid of the pot. That's the lid. This is not a pot actually, let me show you. This is one of those stainless steel metal cups that you can find at any outdoor sports store like Gander, REI, Dick's Sporting Goods, places like that, for the purpose of camping, backpacking in general. I chose this pot because I wanted to eliminate stuff from my backpacking gear in order to try to become an ultralight backpacker. I have finally realized that I will never be an ultralight backpacker because I like to be in a comfort zone. In order to be a ultralight backpacker, you have to sacrifice comfort, and I'm not willing to sacrifice comfort in some areas. But continuing to my presentation today, what I'm presenting to you is the lid for it. There is not such a thing as a lid for this cup. This is my cup that I use as a pot, so that a pot, meaning I put it on top of the fire because this is made out of stainless steel. You know, I can put it right directly on the fire. And what I like about this cup is the handles wrap around, providing you comfort, packability. And then what I like about it is also that it's made out of metal, heavy duty metal, that you can use on a fire directly. So when I'm going to do coffee or hot cocoa, when I used to drink that, I don't drink that anymore, I just put it on fire, and after I take it out of the fire because it was ready for me to drink, I just grab a little piece of rag, wet, and pass it around the edge like that to cool it off, and then I was able to drink out of it. I'm still able to drink out of it like that. Now the other reason why I use it as a pot is because it's the perfect measurement, perfect quantity amount of water to put in an MRE. Most of the time what I eat when I go backpacking is an MRE. And you know, MREs only requires for you to boil water, put it in the MRE pouch inside of it, and that's it. You put it in, you wait 10 minutes, you eat it, voila, that's dinner. But this doesn't have a lid. Why do you want a lid on your pot? Well, it's simply because when you have a lid, the heat stays longer there, does not escape, and makes it faster, the boiling process. At the same time, it saves you fuel. So if you're using the isopropane canister stoves, then it saves you some fuel right there. Alcohol, wood, gasifier, you know, are also in the same criteria of fuel saving, but it's less time consumption. That's what this provides. Okay, so what is this? Let me show you what is this. This is the lid of a one of those paint cans that you can buy at any hardware store, like that. See, it used to belong to that one. I turned this one into a wood gasifier stove. I'm using that nowadays. But what I did after I turned it into a wood gasifier stove, I did not dispose of this lid. After I converted it into a lid, I made this handle with a screw and a couple of nuts. I put one in the inner side, one in the outer side, and tighten it. Voila! Before I did that, I had to drill a hole with the drill, and I came up with this. Now, it did not fit in the cup just like that. It was a little bit bigger, not by that much, but it was so big enough not to fit like that and form the seal around here with this lip. So what I had to do was I put it upside down like that on the floor before I made a handle for it. Then I put the cup on top of it. I center it the best of my ability. And then I put a block of wood on top of it. Then I grab one of those heavy rubber mallets and boom, 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 start hammering on it until it went in by pressure. So in order to take it out, it was not easy to take it out. I had to use one of those tools that they used for the purpose of chipping wood. It looks like a big screwdriver. So it's very sharp in the edge. So I opened it like that. Then I started filing. I took a file and started filing around this edge, around here. But it was taking me forever, and I finally realized that if I continued to do that, the material was going to be wasted to the point that it was going to break, it was going to come apart. So I desisted. I stopped doing that, and rather I grabbed this is a vice grip, small vice grip. I open it, I put it in this edge here, like that, and I started closing it until I felt it pinched it, lightly, not tight. Was the same size, the same width of this here. And then I took it out, and then I went in this adjustment here part, quarter round more. Then I started biting on it like that. I started clamping it all the way around, so the whole edge, until I was done completely all the way around. And the final product was the lid that fits right on it. Very simple. That's why you see all these flat spots around here. I don't know if you can tell, but anyway, that's how I came up with that idea. If you have this kind of metal cup, let me tell you, it's a very good pot. If you don't have a lid for it, this is your solution. A paint can, I think that's a quarter of a gallon or half a gallon, I'm not sure, but you can buy it in any hardware store. Sometimes Walmart has it also. They come empty, and all you have to do is buy it for a couple of bucks. It costs like a little more than $2. It's not, it doesn't reach the $3, so it's very an inexpensive investment. Okay, now let me show you a comparison so that you can have a comparison point of view. Okay, this is the traditional pot that comes in a traditional mess kit that you can buy at any store that sells this kind of stuff for camping. You see how the lid fits. It's not tight. That's what I try to do with this. Exactly the same thing. And you're probably wondering, if you already have a pot, why you needed another one? Well, this one here has more water capacity than this one here. Plus, it gives you the benefit, the comfort of having the handles in such a fashion that when you're done, you just grab it like that, and it's a lot easier to pour the water inside of the MRE pouch than the other traditional style. With this style, see how the handle is? Right that. It's not in a corner like this, it's in the very middle. It gets hot, and then at the time of pouring the water inside of the MRE was a real nightmare because it was hot all over, and it's really hard. And from the point of view of a legally blind person like me, I have to always be in the safe side and in the comfort zone. That's not the only pot I use. I had another pot. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. This is the other pot I use, and this is actually not a pot. It's a coffee maker from REI. It cost like $15. It was very inexpensive, so that's what I use. I never make coffee with this. I took the inner part of it, I disposed of it because I didn't buy it for the purpose of making coffee. I bought it for the purpose of using it as my pot. I have cooked Mexican tortilla soup with these boiled eggs, hot dogs. I have done something. The main thing for this is, in my backpacking gear list, was to be able to have a container big enough and small enough at the same time, so that I could melt a good amount of snow and for winter backpacking purposes, and at the same time not so big so that I can put it in my backpack easier. So ergonomics, that's one of the main purpose. There it is. This is Elite. You can buy it in any hardware store. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was useful for you guys, and that's your solution. So take care. Later.